Hi, good evening, dear friend. This is Efrat. Once again, a heartfelt thank you for your presence and participation here week after week. This evening, we find ourselves at the close of the holiday of Shavuot, the festival that marked the giving of the Torah to the people of Israel in the desert. This event carries many deep meanings and expressions. And tonight I choose to connect with the elevated and unique energy that it holds, an energy of light, of spiritual connection. From this place, I wish to shine a light on a moment of hope and connection within a reality often filled with division, tension, and violence. Inspired by this holiday, we look together at some initiatives and collaboration between Jews and Arabs in Israel in 2025. It is important for me to mention that we cannot and must not ignore the painful issue affecting Arab society today, the serious crime and violence harming many communities and families. This is a complex and urgent matter, but it will not be the focus of tonight's gathering. Maybe we will bring it in another meeting. Tonight we will dedicate ourselves to inspiration, to connection, and to the spirit that has power to shape a new reality. Despite ongoing tensions, Jewish and Arab communities in Israel collaborate across education, politics, and social initiatives to promote equally and coexistence. And I will bring some example. In education, we have a bilingual schools which called Hand in Hand, in which Jews and Arab children studying together, learning each other language, celebrating each other holidays, and so on. There is a university program called Israel Open Academia, which is a national initiative promoting diversity, inclusion, and shared society within Israeli University, fostering equal opportunity for all social groups. There is a dialogue workshop in mixed cities. In politics, there is a grassroots movement called Standing Together. We have support, yet it's very small, but very surprising support from a minister called Moshe Arbel, which is belong to the Orthodox Society, and he is really pushing towards equality of Arab in all the area, all the issues in Israel. There is a cooperation between municipal mayors, Israeli and Arabic. Social initiatives are projects by the Abraham Fund, Peace Cook like parent circles, and joint cultural festival. Yet, we have a main challenge ahead of us: political tension and mistrust, socioeconomic disparities affecting Arab communities. But ongoing cooperation shows promised but require continued commitment to overcome deep-rooted challenges and build lasting coexistence. Thank you. To you, Helen.
Hi, thank you, Efrat, for this positive. For me, it's really good news I am not so aware of all what you spoke about, but I'm happy and glad to hear about it. Now I am sitting in a shelter in my house because there was a rocket that was um, that was launched probably from Yemen. And a few minutes ago, both Efrat and I heard the blasting of the missile. Um, yeah, I this week I have not been in touch at all with developments in the Arab world. Um, Also, maybe not with developments, local developments, except for a few things. I spent most my time this week with members of the younger generation in my immediate surrounding, and I had a few enlightening conversations. Really, it opened my heart. I saw those youngsters. I'm talking about kids, um, from maybe 16 to 20 plus. I saw them painfully awakening and asking themselves questions that it never occurred to them to ask before, since they grew up in an unquestionable narrative that tainted their young lives. And they told me that they speak of it, about it, with friends their own age. For instance, um, the discernment between Zionism, the enterprise of the creation of a Jewish state, and Jewishness itself. It's one big question that they ask themselves: what one has to do with the other, how it influences us in here and also in the whole world. A question about a a secular state in which people live according to democratic values, or a messianic state where religious Jewish supremacy prevails. One more question that they wake up to. Um, it brought them also uh, about even questioning the legitimacy of the creation of the state, the Jewish state, especially now, how it deteriorated, um, and its deteriorated moral conditions, and where it has brought itself today. So I was very impressed with those questions coming from them. The beginning of a discernment, which I see as the beginning of an awakening, and the confusion and the pain that this awakening rouses. I asked myself, does this make me witness maybe a group of young people having grown up in a blinding glamour and the beginning of a capacity for discernment, an initiatory process that will lead to the next step? Are we on time? All those questions left me in awe. And I thank you to be able to share with you some of those, how would you say it? feelings and yeah, and what I sensed talking to them. Thank you. Over to you, Uta.
Thank you for this snapshot of what's going on. The kaleidoscope is turning every day. And thank you, everyone, for keeping up this service, this continuity in this turning kaleidoscope. We keep our Christ Avenue stable from on high down to the condition on the ground. So this can be our contribution here. And I would like to refer back to what Helen shared last week. It was this analysis of this Lebanese journalist about what would happen, or rather what would not happen in terms of peace in the Middle East in the next 100 years. So we, in our high interlude of our meditation, we are in the last weeks aware very much of how our ashramic co-workers in hierarchy prepare set plans for humanity's evolution for the next 100 years. They set a new tone, a new vibration, and we can surmise that they do this also for the Middle East. So they are setting up a new vibration that we can link into. It's DK says it's a substance that they build. The plan is a substance impregnated by will. It is a reservoir of energized substance. And we, soul-guided workers, are called to become sensitive to this substance and draw on it and bring it, by bringing it into our brain consciousness, we make it more available also to others. We give it reality more close to the ground. And we can then radiate this vibration out to influence this reality on the ground. Okay, so let's do our part. Let us settle into our body, breathing and coming into our inner quietness. And into the interdimensional silence. Stepping into our function as planetary soul-guided servers on behalf of the Middle East and the world. And as such, let us come together in the group heart of this service unit of the Middle East Vigil, standing together in the will to love, bringing our minds together into the unified telepathic lighted field. And knowing that we stand as souls in communion with all soul-guided servers around the planet. This is where we meet in the Ajna center of the planet. And here we take our position at the midway point between the higher realms and the manifest world. Standing calm, like on a pinnacle overlooking the world. Taking a moment to observe humanity as a whole, spread out over the continents, ordered into nations. So all this network of relationships between the nations. And from here, focusing in on the Middle East, on this intense planetary vortex. Getting a sense of its mental, emotional, and physical strata. Just calmly observe another moment from this midway point of ours, this solar plexus cauldron. As we hold the connection to what's happening on the ground, let us also turn our eyes upwards now towards our ashramic co-workers, tuning into their concentrated thought field and focusing in on that aspect of the emerging plan that relates to the Middle East, to what is trying to work itself out here. As we do so, taking a couple of minutes, let us release all previous thoughts and expectations and just expanding our consciousness into this range of the next 100 years. becoming sensitive to the vibration of the plan for the Middle East. Bringing it into our group field and visualizing it gaining substance, becoming more stable so it becomes more accessible also for others. Maybe even only the consciousness that there is such a vibration of the future potential. Tracing now an energetic connection between this vibration in potential and the condition on the ground. Bringing the two into vibratory relation, the future condition and the present condition. And sensing a magnetic relationship being set up between them. A flow, an energetic flow, like between two electrical poles. We hold this. We will this. See and sense a shaft of pure golden white light, broad and brilliant, flood West Asia. See a huge column of light pouring through all planes. Hold this column steady in the will to peace. See soul light flooding the mental sphere of the Middle East. See soul light pouring into the astral plane of the Middle East. See soul light pouring into the etheric physical plane of the Middle East, penetrating into the earth, impacting the buried ancient evil. And we invoke the aid of the Lords of Liberation for this planetary task. Let the Lords of Liberation issue forth. Let them bring succor to humanity. Let the rider from the secret place come forth, and coming save. Come forth, Almighty One. Let the souls of men awaken to the light, and may they stand with massed intent. Let the fiat of the Lord go forth, the end of woe has come. Come forth, Almighty One. The hour of service of the saving force has now arrived. Let it be spread abroad, Almighty One. Let light and love and power and death fulfill the purpose of the coming one. The will to save is here. The love to carry forth the work is widely spread abroad. The active aid of all who know the truth is also here. Come forth, O Mighty One, and blend these three. Construct a great defending wall. The rule of evil now must end. Visualize the saving force spreading to the entire Middle East, into each nation and each ethnic and religious group, for all our relations, for the highest good of all. And let us anchor the saving force in the Middle East through the sound of the great invocation in Hebrew and in Arabic.
מנקודת האור אשר בדעת אל, יזרום האור אל דעת האדם, ירד האור על פני האדמה. מנקודת האהבה אשר בלב האל, תזרום האהבה אל לבבות אנוש. ישוב מורה עולם על פני האדמה. מהמרכז שבו נודע רצון האל, תנחה תכלית את רצונות אדם. תכלית אותה מורי האנושות יודעים ומשרתים. מהמרכז, אשר נקרא המין האנושי, תוגשם תוכנית האהבה והאור, ויחתם הפתח אל הרע. יהי רצון, ויחדשו אור אהבה ועוצמה, את התוכנית על פני האדמה. אמן.
من نقطة النور في العقل الإلهي ليشع النور في عقول الناس وليهبط النور إلى الأرض. من نقطة الحب في القلب الإلهي ليتسرب الحب إلى قلوب الناس وليرجع معلم الكون إلى الأرض. من المركز الذي تعرف منها إرادة الله لتقود الغاية إرادة الناس البسيطة، تلك الغاية والتي يدركها المعلمون ويخدمونها. من المركز الذي ندعم بالجنس البشري لينتج تسمين الحب والنور ويختم على الباب الذي يقيم به الشر، ليجدد النور والحب والقوة التسمين على الأرض. الله أمين.
Mm.